let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go.
Six.
It's beautiful. Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson, bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Willis Automotive powers the Rush Radio Show, and if you're in the market for a vehicle, this is where you start. New, used, or certified pre-owned, Willis Automotive has the selection, the people, and the service to make it so easy. Just no pressure, no games, just a team that knows how to take care of you. Check them out at willisauto.com. That's willisauto.com. Good morning, everybody. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watch it on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and, of course, leave your comments in the comments section and follow us on our social media channels. Good morning, Ross Peterson. How was your weekend, buddy?
Oh, I'm muted there. Sorry. It was wonderful, man. Had a nice weekend. Got to come over to your lovely city of Omaha. Hang out there on Saturday. Got to watch Eli wrestle on Saturday. Went 3-0 in a JV tournament. So got to
nice.
I had a fun weekend, man. Got to see you for a minute. Got to drop off a bottle of liquor for you.
Yeah, we were expecting you, and so I went out and spent like $80 on breakfast, and you didn't show up.
Actually, we did show up, and breakfast had been eaten already.
Well, it was funny because I invite. Once you said, "Hey, we're not going to come," you're like, "Hey, we're going to come." And I'm like, "Okay, I went and got breakfast burritos. I went and got these pastries." And then you're like, "Hey, we're not going to come." So I just called everybody. I said, "Oh, and Lizzie, come on over. Dr. Rob, come on over." And we were able to put it down pretty quick. But normally I don't spend that kind of money on a Sunday morning. I was like, "Damn." I'm like, but then it was really, really good. So plans obviously got changed, and I was a little bit more of a passenger on this trip than pilot, so that was all right. That was understood. Yeah,
you understood. I mean, that was thank you for that.
Yeah,
and then we did. I did get to hand off a couple of pastries in the car, so that at least that happened. Did you get a chance to crack into the Maker's Mark?
So I cracked into the Maker's Mark yesterday afternoon. I got myself a big ball of ice, so I have the ice balls that are in the freezer. Put one big ball in there. I put a double shot of the Maker's Mark that you can get at Central City Liquor. And Ross, oh my God. You know, I'm a Basil Hayden's guy. I like this. It might be the best bourbon I've ever had. And nothing against the Knob Creek that we have that has our name on it.
Yeah. But we got to choose. That was one of three. We got to choose which one we preferred out of three whiskeys, and then they put our name on it, which was a really cool experience and a really neat thing. This was a totally different experience. Thanks for saying that, man, because Brian and I both were like, this is really tasty.
Yeah, and I'm sure when you're doing the tasting and you're putting those things in there, you're like, can you really get a big barrel to taste that same way? And so yesterday I put a picture on X and I think our Facebook page just to show the Maker's Mark in the glass. And then we had Mick and some other people who had gone to Central City Liquors to pick up their bottle of Maker's Mark. And I'm telling you, I know $69.99 is a lot of money for a bottle of liquor. You will not be disappointed in this at all. It is a spectacular taste. And I wouldn't even mix it with anything. I wouldn't make an old fashioned. I would just drink this either neat or on ice and enjoy every last drop of it.
Yeah, that's that I would say the same thing. I normally make old fashions or stuff like that. It's really tasty. So good. I'm glad you liked it. Dr. Rob liked it?
I didn't. You think I let him try it? You think I let Owen try it? This is mine. This is mine. No, it was funny. I didn't crack it open till like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they had all gone. So I'll let if they want to try it. But you know, I poured double shots, and I'm like, oh. I only have that much left, even though most of the bottles left. I'm like, I got to preserve it. This is only like a special occasion bourbon now.
Kevin agrees, says it was amazing. And Humphrey wrote in and says, I'm not much of a whiskey drinker, but my father-in-law loved it. So thanks, guys.
This will make you a whiskey drinker because even though it's 110 proof, which is a pretty high proof, right? Our Knob Creek is 120. I didn't have a I didn't have a bite on the way down. It was just like,
glad to hear you say this. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So did you have a good weekend? I mean, I got to see you for a moment on Sunday morning, but that was it.
Yeah, pretty big. We had our, of course, I was in Phoenix for till Thursday night. Then Friday we had our client holiday party. Interesting to have a holiday party at the end of January, and it's actually kind of smart because I think people were ready to do something. We had a really good turnout. Saturday was just kind of lay around, not do much anything. I did have to do a little bit of work, but then yesterday you came over. Owen was over. I had to record a podcast yesterday, so fairly busy. Then, of course, I'm going to Tuscany again at the end of the month for our Scareaway Cancer trip. So I went and visited last night the couple we're going with. You always kind of want to make sure you're compatible with the people you're going over there with. And I went over the itinerary with them and stuff like that. So it was, cool. but otherwise, just sat and watched sports. And you didn't have to adjust your television yesterday, folks, to see the ugliest uniforms I've ever seen be worn in a college basketball game in the history of college basketball.
Dude, what is happening at K-State? From the head coach to the uniforms, what is happening there? Those were that was hideous. That was like they made a mistake. That's like the equipment manager. They let 4 different people come up with, hey, you guys pick the socks. I got the shorts. You grab whatever jerseys you guys think that we got 15 of. They looked like a badly dressed YMCA team.
Do you know how colors are supposed to coordinate and go together, especially certain shades of purple? This didn't happen yesterday. It was, what was that movie with Tobey Maguire? Smallville. Remember that where they
Pleasantville.
Pleasantville.
Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a good
wish
movie.
That would have went back. If that was in black and white yesterday, it would have made sense to me. I would have went, they went back to the 1940s and 50s for the uniforms. Then you went full color and you're like, oh God.
Trev, now that you say that though, dude, the shorts are getting higher. And with even Iowa State is where's the big belt now? You know what I mean? There's the big waistband around the middle, and everything's tucked in. It does it. If that game had been in black and white, I mean, besides the fact that Iowa State goes out there and runs up and down the court and dunks on them.
Now I was watching the broadcaster. They wear those once a year. And so it's usually like around a Letterman's. Either did I, because I don't know if it's ever happened against Iowa State. But you wonder if TJ Otzelberger, the Iowa State coach, and you wonder if Iowa State players are just sitting on side going, I'm glad we don't have to wear stupid stuff like that.
I mean, Iowa State, for the most part, their uniforms look pretty good. And I would say the basketball team's done a very good job of sticking to that brand. Does Iowa State what's the weirdest thing Iowa State do they do? When's the last time Iowa State basketball did like a throwback?
I don't know the answer to that. Maybe some people in the chat can help us out. But
I did miss. Rodney says those were replica uniforms. They showed the original version. So I had a cool experience yesterday because when the game was getting started, I actually got to listen to a little bit of the pregame with John and Eric. And so I was driving home from Omaha for the beginning of the game. Man, that was a fun pregame show. They pulled out some stats, Trav, that were truly incredible. I want to see if I can get this because I don't want to screw it up, okay? The all-time Big Ten...
Big Ten or Big 12?
I'm sorry. The all-time Big 12 assist-to-turnover ratio. Okay, if you were to look at the career of the Big 12 and look at the best assist-to-turnover ratio seasons of all time, the list is quite incredible.
As a team or as an individual?
As an individual. Assist-to-turnover ratio for a season in the Big 12. And I'm trying to find the actual list here that John was mentioning. It's incredible. Maybe we'll have John on sometime to talk to us about this. Because Monte Morris has the single season record 5.17. He also has the career record at 4.65. Currently, Taman Lipsey is tracking at a 7.4.
Holy crap.
Travis, the top 5 all time are Cyclones.
Really?
I think, and I can't find the actual. I can find those things to give you for fact right now. Career record, Monte Morris 4.65. Single season record, Monte Morris 5.17. But when John went through it, it's like Monte Morris 16-17, Monte Morris 15-16, Monte Morris, and now Tame and Lipsy might surpass it. And you've got, and then of course you've got other guys in there as well. Tyrese Halliburton was on the list. It's a really cool.
Well, yesterday was just from an individual standpoint and a team standpoint, the assist to turnover ratio was way out of whack for Iowa State yesterday. This is an incredible number. 33 made baskets yesterday, 28 assists. 28 assists on 33 made baskets. I think Lipsy had 8 assists, if I'm not mistaken, 7 or 8 assists. But everybody was distributing the basketball. Iowa State was, I looked down, Ross. It was fairly close to like a 5 or 6 point lead. And I you know how you walk away from the television for like 4 minutes, you come back, it's like 44-17. I'm like, what just happened when I was gone? You're like, okay, I can go run an errand, and you're like, well, I wasn't gone that long, and it was over.
Yeah, and Hawks kind of had a moment like that in that second half too, where all of a sudden you looked up, you're like, they're up 20. Damn.
Yeah.
But Lipsy, by the way, had 9 assists, 1 turnover yesterday.
Yeah.
9 assists, 1 turnover.
So 95-61 was the final. Will this surprise you or not? It is the largest margin of victory for Iowa State in a Big 12 conference road game or a conference road game ever. They've never beaten a team that badly on the road in conference play.
34 is a lot, man. That's an absolute ass kicking. So that doesn't surprise me, I guess. No.
I guess when you look over the history of a program, you're like, that's a long time to go.
It is. It's impressive. And I think that shows how deep the Big 12 and how competitive the Big 12 has always been. Travis, it's cliches happen for a reason, right? Winning conference games on the road is hard. Dominating a team on the road is really difficult. Dominating a team that looks that bad on the road is nearly impossible, because you just don't get uniforms that look that awful.
Oh, somebody threw in there. You mentioned they're like, well, those are we know they're throwbacks.
I didn't know that.
No, oh, you didn't know that.
I didn't know. I didn't know they were.
Yeah, it was. And so I'm like, because nobody in their right mind would design a uniform like that for the 2020s.
I thought the equipment staff had made a mistake. It's the only logical reason I could come up with. I was like, somebody goofed.
Those shorts were a shade of purple I don't think I've ever seen before. I mean, that was deep purple.
Yeah.
Deep purple.
I went to the Wild game a couple weeks ago, and they were playing against Texas, right? And they come out of the locker room for the pregame skate and stuff like that. Travis, both the teams are wearing the exact same color hunter green sweaters. Both teams. Max Schaefer, our buddy, was doing the play-by-play that night, and so I literally snapped a photo. I said, "Good luck." And he's like, they got to change. One of these teams has to change. There's no way. And sure enough, when the Wild came back out, they were wearing their white. Those jerseys were. I didn't. And if John and Eric had mentioned it, I didn't, because they didn't spend time going, what the hell is K-State wearing?
Yeah.
And when they described the uniforms, it must not have sunk in with me. I certainly didn't have that visual image until I got home and turned on the TV and it popped up, and I'm like, what am I watching? What am I watching? There's no way that's Kansas State. And then, Iowa State's up by 30. Absolute drubbing.
And I'll go back and say what I said when they lost the 2 in a row. And, you're going to say, oh, your armchair quarterback and your hindsight's 2020. But I've been saying this. Losing those 2 games might be the best thing that happened to Iowa State. They got recentered, refocused. They look, in this little win streak since that 2 games, they are dialed in. It was like that wake-up call. And it sure would be nice to be undefeated. Sure, it'd be nice to be number 2 in the country. But in these wins, you have definitely sent a message that this is an elite basketball team.
Travis, I'm assuming you watched Nebraska over the weekend as well, right?
Yeah.
You watch these things, you get to see this perspective. We used to talk about it in football a lot, where we'd sit there and watch the Hawkeyes on a Saturday and get ready to do the post-game show, and you'd turn on Ohio State or LSU, and you'd go, oh, the game's a different pace. These teams are way better than what I just watched. Iowa State's better than those teams. Right now, Iowa State, like when I see Iowa State's ranked 8th, not for long. Not for long.
They fell because they lost the 2, right? And nobody else is
losing
losing
attention. Yeah. They're a top 5 team, and you're right. With 2 losses on your record, you're gonna have to wait for some of these things to fall. But they are playing at an absolute elite level right now.
So while we're in the Big 12 and we're on Kansas State, I think we're at the point of the season now. We're at the first part of February. We got a month basically left in the season. You got to start looking at the hot seats now. And I believe there are 4 pretty darn hot seats in the Big 12, meaning that coaches are going to be hanging on for their dear life. And it starts with Jerome Tang at Kansas State. He had a weird news conference yesterday. You watched it. I saw highlights of it. And you're talking about a team that's 1-8 in Big 12 conference play, 10-12 overall. He's been there long enough. They've been on a downhill slide since he came in, not an uphill slide. And if he's not on the hot seat, I don't know who wouldn't be in the Big 12 conference.
You lose by 34 at home.
34 at home.
The question from the reporter, and I'll kind of paraphrase it. We don't have I didn't pull the clip up for it. I'm sorry, but the question essentially was, "What are you most disappointed in tonight's performance?" And his answer was, "I'm not disappointed in tonight's performance because I know what these guys are going through, and you don't. You guys don't have any clue what these guys are going through, but I do. So I'm really proud of how they played tonight, especially in the second half." Now, they were down 29, right? They're down. It was 50-21 at halftime. I'm really proud of the way they played in the second half because, again, they only lost the second half by 5. That's in that Bobby Hurley. You're creeping towards that Bobby Hurley category of like, Coach, what's wrong? I have no idea.
And he's my second hot seater. Bobby Hurley's on the hot seat. He's in the last year of his contract. They are, 2-7 in the Big 12, 11-11 overall. Bobby Hurley, along with Jerome Tang. Somebody put in there that Tang's buyout's $18 million. They're stuck with him. BS. I'm done. If they want to find the money, they'll find the freaking money. Right? Am I wrong?
Damn right. No, you're exactly right.
Because you have to ask yourself, if you stay the course, you risk losing a lot more than $18 million. Arizona State's sitting in a better spot because I don't believe Bobby Hurley has another year on his deal. So once this season's done, it'd be like, okay, we're going to wash our hands of you.
Terminated without cause before April 30th. His buyout would be 18.675. If they, it will drop his annual salary every year of $3 million. So after April 30th, they could fire him for $15 million. I'm with Travis in this. They find the money if they want to. I don't know how, and I know that's weird in a world where we're told all the time about how broke these universities are and how Rutgers is hemorrhaging money. Well, if Rutgers is willing to lose $78 million a year, then Kansas State can probably find 15 to throw at a basketball coach that can turn things around. Look at the return on that investment.
I mean, people were walking out of the arena yesterday. I mean, they were just showing them giving up, and it's like they didn't want to watch that. I don't blame them for not wanting to watch that. You got to give people a reason to come to the arena. Ben McCollum is giving people a reason to come to Carver Hawkeye. Fran McCaffrey got to the point where he didn't give people a reason to come to Carver Hawkeye Arena. And Iowa basketball is going to be more profitable this year, or should be, than it was the last several years when they were only getting 6,000, 7,000 people a game.
So, and people are right now, as we said, the buyout is $18 million for Tang, and it'll go down $3 million every April 30th. So maybe they wait till after this year and it's $15 million. They save themselves $3 million. And then they go and they buy out another coach and his contract, and they bring him in and they pay him a big salary. I mean, so what? They're in $30 million for a new coach. You gonna kick the tires, or you gonna buy the car?
What are these athletic directors and universities going to learn? Don't get stuck in these long-term deals.
With these ridiculous buyouts.
It's so stupid.
If you suck at your job, we're going to pay you even more money. If you suck at your job, we're going to give you a ton of money to leave.
I mean, the structure should be, it's very simple. Here are the KPIs, the key performance index. If you don't meet these, you can be relieved of duty, meaning that if you don't have this many, in year 5, if you only have one conference win, you're not living up to it. Therefore, your buyout drops by like 80%.
Yeah.
You're going to get a regular severance like some people do. It's pretty easy.
Hey, again, I'm glad that because I was listening, I got a different experience yesterday because I wasn't able to watch a lot of the game. I got to see I got to watch some of the second half. So thank you for filling us in on this stuff. Yesterday was a Legends game at K-State.
Yeah.
That's why that.
Yeah. Bill Snyder, they showed because he actually looked good. I was like, damn, when you're not coaching, you don't have the stress. You're like, what?
Bill Snyder still alive?
Yes. You thought he passed?
I think I'm from a universe where okay, I'll believe you. I'll trust you on this one.
Okay. So you got Jerome Tang on the hot seat. You got Bobby Hurley on the hot seat. I think Tad Boyle at Colorado is on the hot seat. I mean, he's been there since, 2010. I mean, they've held on to him a long time. I know. They're 3-6, 13-9. Not a horrible record, but they're not going to be an NCAA tournament team. And then Wes Miller, who's at Cincinnati. Does Cincinnati have loftier goals in basketball than what they really should?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, Bob Huggins. I mean, Cincinnati has a strong basketball history.
Yeah, we're talking about at one point kind of national powerhouse on the verge, right? They had those moments where they're right there. So, Trav, are there expectations? I want to say the answer to your question is no, because they should have high expectations. They really should. Cincinnati, there's no reason not to. Cincinnati, Houston's, those universities should look at Iowa State and go, man, we could be there. We should be there. We can be there. We get the right coaches. We get the right guys. We got the same schedule those dudes got. We got the same strength. We can do that. We can. So I don't think, and again, I mean like fans and your lofty expectations. Is it realistic right now to say that? No. Man, I'm still stuck on the fact that's a long tenure. It's almost like Fran McCaffrey. It's a long tenure for not having any real big success in a world where you're judged on what have you done for me lately.
Just enough success. What may protect Boyle is Deion Sanders, because you may have to get rid of a football coach in about 10 months.
I think you nailed the Deion thing. I think you pulled the Nostradamus move on that. That's going to look like a medical issue, and it's a parting of ways because Deion needs to for his health.
And he doesn't want the embarrassment of being fired, right?
Wink, a big giant wink, and air quotes and all of that. But I think that the exit ramp is built there. You nailed it. That's how that one's going to look. So maybe that doesn't cost him a lot of money. And if that's the case, but he's still going to hire a new coach.
Yeah.
They got the money.
I don't know. I don't know if Colorado's rolling in the dough or not. They've always been a little bit behind on the money. We know Rutgers doesn't have the money.
Yeah, Cincinnati, Trav, I think that they are one of those, they're one of those universities that if you are a Cincinnati basketball fan, you remember those glory days. You want that back. And I think that we as Hawkeye fans who want these unrealistic things, how crazy does it sound to a Cincinnati basketball fan that Hawkeye football fans would like to see a national title? Pretty crazy. So if a Cincinnati basketball fan were to say, man, I wish that we were like Iowa State. I wish that we were Houston. I wish that we were Arizona. I think the right response to that is good luck.
Well, and what's the common when Cincinnati was really good before, I believe Oscar Robertson played at Cincinnati back in the day, but even more recent history, it is the people, right? Bob Huggins made Cincinnati what it was, and it all comes down to the people. You can win anywhere. It just takes the right people, not necessarily the right program. Hey, we want to reach out and say welcome to the Rush Radio Show. 2 new advertisers, Liberty Lawn Solutions and Mr. Electric. It's good to have you along. You're going to hear about Liberty Lawn and Mr. Electric through the month of February, through the month of March. Yes, spring's right around the corner. How do we know that? Because today's Groundhog's Day, damn it. It's Groundhog's Day.
Speaking of plans changing, I was going to be down there today.
Well, we're still going to have a live report at some point. I think Bruno's going to hop on. Now, Chris Meharry sent us a video. I don't know if you saw it. There was a line really long.
Always is. And it's
6 o'clock.
Think about it, dude. Most of those people are used to sitting out in 4 degrees for this thing. Today, it's a beautiful morning this morning to sit outside.
Is it nice out?
Well, it's comparative to the 4 degrees. Yeah.
Hey, folks, if you're getting ready to buy a house, Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank is the man you want to get your loan from. He's been financing residential homes the past 26 years, I believe it is now. Gary offers first-time buyer loans, conventional and new construction loans, and approvals are done very fast. You can do it in 30 minutes or less. You can do it on the weekends. You can do it at night. And he's been Iowa's top-producing mortgage banker for the past 8 years. Give him a call at 515-975-6767. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your vehicle depends on one thing every time you turn the key: your battery. Most modern vehicles have over 50 ECUs to run the electronics from your engine to your heated steering wheel. For the month of January, come see us at Willis Chevrolet of Granger for your free battery test. If your battery is needing replacement, mention that you saw this video and receive $25 off a new AC-Loco battery installed in our service department. Don't get stranded this winter with a dead battery. Call us today to schedule your appointment, or you can schedule online at willischevy.com.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
If you're looking for a Valentine's Day gift and you don't want to pay for it, well, the Rush Radio Show and Fiscus Jewelers is where you're going to find that perfect Valentine's gift. We want to gift you a $700 pair of earrings. And Ross, we're making it very, very easy. Very easy,
fun,
right?
And fun.
And fun. So we want you to go to therushradio.com, click on the promo tab. You'll see the Love Song and Bling tab. Tell us a song. It could be a hard rock song. It could be a love song. It could be a jazz song. Any song that stirs up a memory with your loved one, past loved one, ex. And tell us why. Get descriptive. Give us the song and say, this is what it is.
Did you read that one on the air? I don't think you ever read
Not
it.
yet. No, I'm collecting them, and
okay.
we're gonna have a day of reading. We're gonna have a day of poetry. Should we say on the Rush Radio Show coming up?
A day of poetry.
A day of poetry.
Oh, Trav's dramatic readings of these are going to be killer.
And anybody can participate. You got to we want you to be 21 if you can be. But ladies, if you may, I don't know if you have to be 21 or not. I know with the lottery you got to be 21. But if you're an 18-year-old and want to give your girlfriend a set of earrings, I want to know what that song's about. But it's
Jesus, I feel like that's illegal.
I know. Well, no, 18, not illegal, 18. But yeah, there's some good ones coming in. Some are long descriptions, some are just short, but they're all pretty good. Some of them are just interesting songs. You're like, really? I'm looking at the songs going,
because listen, man, most of that stuff you can't plan. Most of the, I imagine most of these stories are things that just kind of happen. This was, this song happened to be going on in the background while the other thing was going on. We were focused on this, but all of a sudden our brains realized this was happening in the background. And now whenever I hear the theme song to Fraggle Rock, I'm going
to give you a hint to one. Ooga chugga, ooga chugga, ooga chugga.
That's the I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me.
This guy wrote a book. I mean, it's going to take me like 5 minutes to read it in dramatic fashion.
But is it that good?
It's that good. It's that good. It's that good. Not saying it's the winner, but it's that good.
Berger is writing in asking any female entries into the list so far.
I haven't seen one yet, so
it's hard because again, it's Valentine's Day, so I feel like the women are like, "Well, it's not my job to win myself earrings." Thinking about some other.
But yeah, go to therushradio.com. Tell us what your song is and tell us why. The more descriptive, the better. Think about this show.
Ooga chaka.
I can't fight this feeling deep inside of me.
Is that Steelers Wheel. No. Steelers Wheel is I can't stop this feeling. What's the name of that song, Travis?
I think it's I Can't Stop This Feeling.
Okay.
Or is it Hooked on a Feeling?
Oh, it's Hooked on a Feeling. Yeah. Because I Can't Stop This Feeling is REO Speedwagon. Hooked on a wait, what? Blue
Suede.
Okay. Because the first thing that popped up to me was song by Bjorn Skiffs. Or is that it? Bjorn Skiffs and Blue Suede. I don't know. But that's the song we're thinking of, or he's thinking of. Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga. And Rob says worst song ever. Wrong, Rob. Wrong. Worst song ever is the Wings song. Which one? All of them. All of the Wings songs are the worst ones. And then, but you're right. After the Wings album and the Wings catalog. Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga.
It's where you and I disagree. I like Wings. But music's like food.
Nobody likes Wings.
Band on the run.
Okay, so Lady Sideburns wrote in, the BJ Thomas version is better. Is that BJ Thomas is who we're thinking of? The one that the version that we have in our head there of Hooked on a Feeling is BJ Thomas, right?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know either.
All I know is, and I'm going to give you another hint. The guy that wrote this referenced the movie Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I think that's the BJ Thomas one.
Okay,
we're going to turn that down so we don't get.
I don't want to get in trouble. We get in trouble for that.
We play 7 seconds. It's in the background. I don't know, man. I don't remember that. We'll see.
We spent a lot of the first half hour talking about Iowa State. We have to talk about Iowa because Iowa's now won 4 straight Big Ten games, going to Oregon last night, 84-66. Bennett Stirtz put on a clinic, Ross. Bennett Stirtz put on an absolute clinic, and which surprises me from a Dana Altman coach team. Dana's a pretty darn good coach. I'm going to go through some numbers because is Dana on the hot seat, which is crazy to think, but I don't know if Dana's on the hot seat as much as it would be, is he just sick and tired of coaching in today's basketball world? You're 67 years old. You're sitting there paying players left and right. It is what
both
you got in.
Both could be true, Trav. Both could be true. Where he's on the hot seat, and it's because he's just burnt out. The game has moved past him. I don't know what that is. Oregon's not good, and we said that when Iowa was headed out west. We said, "Oh yeah, by the way, they got to win. They got to beat Oregon." I forgot about that ugly ass. Speaking of the ugly ass uniforms that K-State had, Oregon's uniform or court with the trees in it,
and that's an improvement over what it was.
Yes.
The trees are now green, and they used to be like brown and a lot more. You're like, oh, and you can even see they've got the O in the half court now. At least you know where the half court line is. There was a point where you would do it over and back, and they'd be missed because you didn't even know where the half court line was.
Dude, Bennett Stirtz was fantastic last night. And all the things that we've talked about before, Travis. Nate's even I was thinking of our conversations last night towards the end of that game when Iowa starts to stretch that out, and they're talking about the pace of play. There is a tempo that Bennett Stirtz specifically, but I think you could also say Ben McCollum teams, or what I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what Ben McCollum teams look like without Bennett Stirtz. And I think they're going to be very good, and I hope that it looks like this. But it is tempo. They make you play their style of play and at their pace, and they are very good at that. It's really sound basketball. It's fun to watch. The ball movement, the back cuts. It's fun basketball to watch. It's not Iowa State. Again, Iowa State is at an elite level. When you watch them play, you go, whoa. For Iowa, it's just such a vast improvement from what it has been for so long. It's cool to see this team do things like this. Not only play with good teams, and last night I continued watching that game. I'm like, this isn't a bubble team.
No,
this is it. We thought that we hoped this team would fight to be in the tournament and be in that conversation. They are in the tournament. They look like a pretty dangerous team. I'm not saying they're a Final Four team or an Elite Eight team. They're pretty dangerous right now. They can play with a lot of really good basketball teams, and you demonstrate that by pulling away and destroying bad basketball teams like Oregon. And so again, like we talked about with Iowa State, winning on the road is tough. In conference, winning on the road, that's always difficult. If you're going to be a really good team, you've got to go and beat these teams. Beating them by 35, that's historic. Winning by 18, like the Hawks did last night, I mean, pulling away in a game like that in the second half, it just shows that you're in a class above Oregon. And I think a lot of Hawk fans feared that this season might look a lot like what the Oregon season looks like. That to me was in my head. There was a fear that this Hawkeye basketball season would be a middle of the road, bottom half of the Big Ten type of season.
Yeah, you're looking at a 7-6, and if they keep winning, because they get Purdue at home, they get Nebraska at home yet, they got to do a home and home with Nebraska, but there's a good opportunity. They could get up to maybe a 5 seed. That might be pushing it a little bit, but you're looking at a team that I think is solidly in the NCAA tournament right now. Again, there's a lot of stuff that could happen. They're in the tournament, but it's like, how high can this team get? What's the ceiling? 32 points from Bennett Stirtz last night, 7 assists. Ross, when you look at Bennett Stirtz and the North, he went over 2,000 career points last night when you throw Drake, Northwest Missouri State, and Iowa in there. In 1 year, where can Bennett Stirtz put himself in Hawkeye lore when it comes to the greats of all time?
Can I surprise you?
Yeah.
Because I think it's a lot. It might be a lot higher than you think, and it might be a lot higher than a lot of people are thinking. And I could come up with some examples. I didn't know you were going to ask me this, but as soon as you say that, I got a couple examples that I could fire off up in names. When you are a part of a turnaround like this, people won't. There's a formula to how impactful you are to a college fan base. Your performance is obviously one of the key metrics. If you're there for 4 or 5 or 6 years now, that's going to add some weight onto your side of the scale. But the number one thing is how do you make fans feel? People will remember how you make them feel. When you say the name Tyrese Halliburton, sometimes you might have a movie running through your head of a highlight. You have a feeling. When you say George Niang, you have a feeling. Now, again, George had all of those things. Couple years, great play, a lot of wins. Part of that escalation of the program. All of the things were there that pile onto that side of the thing. Bennett Stirtz is going to be part of the turnaround. We have to wait and see how this thing ends. Okay, because let's say they make it to the Sweet 16, get 2 wins, is that possible for this team to beat 2 teams in March? Hell yeah, do that. And now that tick 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 all the way up. Bennett Stirtz will be remembered in Hawkeye lore. Very, very. This is not like a one and done in a traditional sense. I surprised you with this earlier. I think this might surprise a lot of fans and people that are listening because it surprised me. I thought one of our friends, and I won't mention him because I don't want to, but I thought our friend was trolling an Iowa State friend. I'm in a group text with a bunch of Hawkeyes and a bunch of Cyclones, and it's fun. I think like a lot of us are, right? And a couple weeks ago, one of the Hawkeye guys wrote in and said, man, this is cool to see Bennett Stirtz just continually solidify his spot as an NBA draft lottery pick. And my response to that was like, lottery pick? And one of the guys wrote in and said, I will bet you $100 that doesn't happen. But one guy wasn't weighing in. One guy that really is an NBA fan, that knows the NBA draft, that is an Iowa State fan, that I really thought my Hawkeye friend was trying to troll. He didn't weigh in. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, I noticed Hawkeye fan wrote Bennett Stirtz is going to be an NBA lottery pick. And the NBA guy goes, Yeah, dude, look at a mock draft. ESPN NBA mock draft right now. Bennett Stirtz, number 13 to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Right now, according to the AI Google machine, anywhere between a 12 and a 20 pick. Now that wouldn't be lottery, right?
Not lottery, but higher than. Honestly, and so I had that in my head these last couple of games, and now watching that game last night, it absolutely makes sense. In fact, they even talked about it. At some point in the game last night, they were talking about how this kid's showing an NBA pedigree or something to that aspect. And that was what got me to actually look it up last night and go, I wonder where he's at in the NBA mock drafts. On ESPN NBA mock draft, 13 to the Memphis Grizzlies. And then just think about that storyline, that the Memphis Grizzlies go from Ja Morant to Bennett Stirtz.
Complete 180 there.
Anyway, we'll see.
That. I forget who it was. Somebody said, Stirtz is good. They like him, but he won't score 30 against elite teams. Not too many people are going to score 30 in a game anyway, but he's going to give you 18 to 20 most nights. I mean, the stats show it. It's just, you sit there and go, and I don't disagree with your assessment of where he falls in Hawkeye lore, because you'll go, okay, this guy came in, proved that he could do it, and turned a team around, and you'll look at Bennett Stirtz and go, he's one of the all-time great Hawkeyes.
And again, we have to wait and see how this thing plays out and ends.
Yeah, if you end in the first round of the NCAA tournament, it's probably, but if you get to the Sweet 16, you're going to go, it's because of Bennett Stirtz.
Yeah.
And somebody said it earlier that, like, if they get to the Sweet 16, it wipes out the Fran McCaffrey era at Iowa. I don't know if it wipes out the era, but you move on very quickly.
Yes,
because
and maybe that's what they mean. Because at first I'm like, I don't know what that means. I think that's what that means. By wipe out that era, it means clean it out of your brain. Yeah.
Now, we are celebrating a win over a really, really bad Oregon team. Oregon.
We said that they should beat this team.
Yes.
You went but Trav, again, in college basketball, I think that's what the goal you should have as a fan is, like, did we do what we were supposed to do against that competition? Play a great team on the road. Did you compete? Play a decent team on the road. Did you win? Play a bad team on the road. Did you dominate them? And the answer last night was, yep. Hawkeyes played a bad Oregon team. It was a game for a while, right? I mean, what was the score at halftime last night, Trav?
I don't have the box score.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Oh wow, I was up by more than I remember at halftime.
Yeah, because they went up on a 25-5 run, I believe, in the last 12 minutes of the half, and built a pretty sizable halftime lead.
They were up 9 at halftime. I didn't remember them being. In my head, it felt like that big run happened late or about halfway through the second half. But either way, it was a nice win. What you're supposed to do.
We mentioned Dana Altman. Is he on the hot seat? I'm going to throw some stuff out to you. When's the last time right now, Oregon is 8-13, 1-9 in the Big Ten. When is the last time Dana Altman had a losing record as a head coach? Below 500.
Wow. This could be a long time, Trav. And by the way, with the way you're asking that question, I'm hoping that has he had one at Oregon?
No. I'm going to throw a couple other stats at you that going to blow you away.
So then that means he hasn't had a losing record in what, 2012? 14 years?
The last losing record Dana Altman has had as a head coach, you have to go back to the 1995-96 season, 30 years ago, in his second year at Creighton. Now, I got another one for you. 1997-98, he won 18 games, went 18-10. In his last year at Creighton, he went 18-16. Every other year, he's won 20 games or more.
Wow. Not even close to 500.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, at Oregon, the fewest amount of wins he's had at Oregon was 20 wins.
So a little bit of a leash. A little bit of a leash, you're saying?
Yeah, there's a leash there. Yeah. That, I mean, he's taken to the Final Four. He's gone to the Elite Eight. He's dealing with injuries this year. Their big guy was out yesterday. I believe their point guard was out yesterday. But I mean, he has 788 career wins. I joked with Justin yesterday as Kansas State was getting destroyed. People will forget this. I said, Kansas State should have never gotten rid of Dana Altman. And he's like, what are you talking about? My earliest remembrance of Kansas State is Bruce Weber. Oh, there's been many coaches in between Bruce Weber, but Dana Altman was at one point at Kansas State. They didn't fire him, but the seat was getting very hot despite being fairly successful, and he left to take the Creighton job, and the rest, as they say, is history. But your last losing season 30 years ago, and then only 2 seasons without 20 wins from 1997 on. And in those 2 years, you have 18 wins. Those are sick numbers. Sick numbers.
I wanted to go back because truly K-State, as soon as you start saying, I'm like, K-State basketball has been like a almost like an LSU football coaching position. Not the success, but when you look back at the coaches that have been at K-State, there's some really impressive names. Go back to Trav, when you were a young kid. Cotton Fitzsimmons was there in 68.
Cotton Fitz, yeah.
Lon Kruger was there for a couple of years.
See, Dana was an assistant under Lon Kruger. Lon and Dana are super tight. Dana got that job. You ready for this? He was at Moberly Junior College. And this was a player-coach deal. So Lon Kruger hired Dana Altman to be an assistant at Kansas State because he brought a certain player by the name of Mitch Richmond to Kansas State.
Oh, really? Yeah. Mitch Richmond was good, dude. He had a good NBA career. He was a baller, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so that's funny. So after Dana Altman, it was Tom Asbury and Jim Woolridge, but then Bob Huggins was there for a year.
Yep. Was Huggy only there a year?
He was there 06 and 07, went 23 and 12.
And then Frank Martin came in after that, right?
Yep, there you go. And then Bruce Weber and now Jerome Tang. But you've got some really good coaches in that list. I mean, and Jerome Tang. That was mean.
Well, but he was rewarded. We talked about his buyout earlier. He was rewarded for an Elite Eight appearance. And that's the danger of rewarding somebody with such a big contract because you go to the Elite Eight. You got to let things play out. But you panic and you're like, well, he's going to be hot on the market. Got to keep him in Manhattan.
Dude, I knock on Jerome Tang. He was the Big 12 Coach of the Year 2 years ago.
We live in a what have you done for me lately world, though, Ross, whether that's fair or not. Is Ben McCollum going to be the Big Ten Coach of the Year?
Oh, does he deserve to be? Yes. Will he be? Does he deserve to be in that conversation? Certainly. Let's look at that real quick. Because there's like 43 teams in the Big Ten, so I got to make sure I'm not forgetting everybody.
Hold on to that. We're going to go live on the scene.
Oh, yes.
We are live on the scene at High Life Lounge and El Bait Shop as Groundhog's Day is underway. Bruno is live. Give us a live report, Bruno.
It's busy. It's very busy. I don't even know. I probably should I'm at the bait shop right now.
Holy mo!
Wait till I go over to.
Hold on, I just saw a Rush sweatshirt. Go back. I just saw a Rush sweatshirt.
Did you really? Nice.
Oh, look at that!
Whoa,
yes. Good looking out. I'm not gonna talk to her, but here's this is Cheryl here. She's the lady in the blue sweatshirt. This is the crew.
Okay.
Nice. At what time does Polk County Paula come out?
She comes out at 7:22. Word is she's arriving in a Yingling truck. It's quite a deal. I took a 3-minute video of people walking in. The bait shop's pretty busy. The High Life's even crazier.
Watch this.
Good luck.
Yeah, watch this.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
All I hear is money.
All I hear is fun. 7 a.m. and you're packed in like
It's
this.
free beer, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yes.
You wonder why so many people are packed in there.
We're going to go get some Yingling. Man.
Is that Ray?
Oh,
That's Ray.
Yeah. Sorry. He's in disguise. I didn't notice it. That's right behind you. Beer coming through.
Ray's missing some teeth there. Did you notice that, Ross?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Ray'll be all right.
Sucking on too many lollipops. All right.
Bruno, I don't know if we can do this, but when Polk County Paula arrives, if we can do that live, that'd be great.
I'm gonna do what I can. I guess I can do that because we don't talk until she kind of walks through the crowd. So I can do that for just a little bit, and then we'll do that.
All right.
All right. Well, there you are, Bruno, your club reporter from the High Life Lounge.
We love it. We love it. We'll see you in about 25 minutes.
Perfect,
there you go.
buddy.
See you guys.
Thanks so much, Bruno. See how what a fun time.
Place is packed. Are you having a little FOMO right now?
Big time. That's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
All right. What were we talking about?
I got a busy day today, so no, it's okay. It's going to be just fine. What we were talking about was why I have the. We were talking about Big Ten Coach of the Year. Would
Ben McCollum?
I mean, Trav. What about Fred Hoiberg?
Well, yeah, totally forgot about Fred Hoiberg because he might be the national coach of the year. But you know what? They've lost 2 in a row. Now, they've lost to Michigan and they've lost to Illinois. Not bad losses by any means. Illinois is playing really, really good basketball right now. They are. You kind of look at that team going, yeah, I don't want to play Illinois. Illinois looks really good. But Fred Hoiberg's going to be up there. Brad Underwood's probably going to be up there.
Yep.
I mean, Ben McCollum should. And you look at the job that Ben McCollum's done by bringing in new players and doing that. Sometimes the person who you think deserves it doesn't always win it.
In college sports, I usually defer to the coach that wins the conference should be the coach of the year. And hear me out. In college sports, you are the general man. For the most part, up to this point, you've been the general manager. You were the guy that built the roster. You brought everybody in. You coached them up. You got them to a cohesive point, and then you were the best. You performed better than all. You outperformed the other coaches in your league in the exact same job. You outperformed them. Now, here's the exceptions to that. What were your expectations? What did you start? Because not everybody starts from the same point on the track. And Ben McCollum is a good example of that this year. What he did, he's got a completely different roster. He's completely changed things around, and has improved this team greatly. Does that give him the Coach of the Year honor over a guy like Fred Hoiberg, who has been fantastic, who's done the same thing just over a longer period of time? Brought the guys in, coached them up, got them through the injuries, got them through those hard times, ready to go. I think that you can make an argument for a couple of different coaches this year. I don't think Ben McCollum is unworthy of it by any stretch. He should certainly be in the conversation. I won't be upset if he's not the Big Ten Coach of the Year.
We want you to play it cool with the Fire or Ice. A concert is nice with the Iowa Lottery. A concert experience is what the Iowa Lottery is offering you in the prize zone. With the Fire 7s and Ice 7 scratch tickets, you can enter non-winning tickets into your Iowa Lottery VIP club account for a chance to win 2 sweet tickets at a concert of your choice. Journey is going to be playing the Casey Center in Des Moines. Luke Combs is going to be playing Jack Trice Stadium. Both concerts are happening in April, and the Iowa Lottery has the VIP experience for both. Entries are open until March 16th. So get your Fire or Ice scratch tickets and win with the Iowa Lottery today. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
More Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Drive into 2026 in style with a brand new Cadillac from Willis Cadillac. We have a large selection of EVs, and you can get 2.9% APR to 60 months on Optic, Lyric, and Vistic. And for eligible Costco members, you can get up to $1,250 in incentives on select Optic, Lyric, and Vistic. We have up to $2,000 in bonus cash for owners of qualifying non-Cadillac vehicles. Stop into our showroom or check us out online at williscadillac.com.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Championship teams are built on consistency, and so is Willis Automotive. That's why they power the Rush Radio Show. From sales to service, they show up every day ready to deliver before your next big purchase. Do your homework at willisauto.com. Willis Automotive, driving the show, driving your next ride. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like. And, of course, leave your comments in the comment section. And you can always follow us on our social media channels. I'm Travis Justice. He's the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Ross Peterson. What's going on, buddy?
I'm here.
Everything okay? Kids up?
Yeah. Kids are up. Yep. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
What? Now you got to tell me. Now I'm curious.
I'm going to tell you that there was a problem with the fish tank. I'm not even going to tell you. I just went, let's stop. I just went down and woke up Audrey, and she was kind of slow, and, got her going. And then I'm in the living room, and I realized that the filter is not pouring water, but it's still running. I'm like, well, this isn't right, but I don't know nothing about it. So I'm like, Eli. So he's down there mechanicking
the fish tank.
Whatever.
What I tell you not to get?
I meant to, I don't think I hit send on this. Didn't. Damn it. I had a message typed up to you for a video for you to watch during the break. You haven't watched it yet, so, and I know we got other things. We got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about, but I got a lot of fun rabbit holes for us today too. This weekend.
See what he just did, folks? He diverted from the fish tank as fast as he could.
I do take your advice. I did take your advice when we had the big family loss, and you helped me with that big. I do take your advice. I do. Did you see this boxing match where the dude got his toupee knocked off his head?
Hold on. The dude was wearing a toupee in the ring?
You have not seen this. I sent it to
you.
I sent you the link. I just sent it to you with the title "Watch," and it's just the link to the video. It's just the link to the Yahoo Sports article. His name is Jarrell Miller. If you have not seen this video, if one of your friends didn't send this to you, be the hero of your friend group and go find this video and send it to everybody. In a heavyweight boxing match, he gets punched and his toupee flies off. Now, I don't. He has had some sort of medical issue here. He's had some sort of medical condition response to apparently using the wrong shampoo, Trav. And so because of that, he was wearing this hairpiece during the fight. He gets punched in the face
so hard,
and the hairpiece literally folds up into the air.
Now, having worn a hairpiece for a good number of years, a hairpiece is usually glue taped onto your head. Now, if you get a lot of sweat and perspiration, that glue can start to break down, which I'm sure that's happening during the fight. Now, as I'm sitting here watching this video, I'm looking at the guy going, you look good bald. You don't need a hairpiece. Like, I think I look good bald. You look at me now, and you can't even imagine me probably with a hairpiece, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you didn't even need to be wearing one. But he was.
But he did. And now this will. He goes by the name Big Baby Miller. He was fighting in the undercard this weekend of Saturday night's Lopez Stevenson fight in New York. In the third round of a clash against Kingsley Ivey, the veteran heavyweight took enough shots to his head that his toupee ended up flapping in the air and revealing a fully bald scalp. Miller took the development in stride, ripping off the piece at the end of the round and throwing it into the crowd. And then the people in the crowd were like taking selfies with it.
What's impressive about Ivy is that he didn't flinch once that hair started going. I mean, he just kept punching away. Usually you'd be like startled a little bit, like, is your hair coming off?
I just knocked this guy's scalp off?
Am I knocking this guy's head off? Literally? Damn. I mean, it's not a bad looking hairpiece.
But it is a funny, it's one of my links that I had up. I'm like, I got to make sure Travis has seen what happened here, because I guarantee you a bunch of our listeners were in like me, were one of your wonderful friends sent that to you and said, enjoy.
Irish Hawkeye knows me, or he thinks he does. If Travis still has his high school jockstrap, which I do, he still has his old hair pieces. Maybe he can show up tomorrow with one on. No, I don't have the old hair pieces. I wish I did. I wish I would have kept one just so I could have shown it.
Do you know the difference between the old jockstrap and the hairpiece? I'm just going to guess. Resale value? Were you able to get something for the old hairpieces?
No. They became so after 3 months, because they're real human hair, they just became, kind of gross. So they would just toss them. When you put the hairpiece on to start, you look like a rock and roll singer from the 80s. I mean, it's really long hair, and then they cut it down. They get it to form fit you and make it look all natural. But you'd wear it for 3 months and you'd be like, throw this thing away. So when I knew I was done, they just took it, tossed it in the garbage. And I said, all right, I'm a bald man. I'm a bald man. So I wasn't able to keep a hairpiece.
Okay. Well, Jarrell Miller, apparently there's already rumors that he's going to be, there are endorsement deals waiting for him on this. So
think about that. I mean, Hair Club for Men, Bosley's probably going, you don't need a hairpiece. We can just put the plugs in. We can go full Bill Self on you. Go full Joe Buck.
Brian says we need to watch his interview right after the fight. I did not get a chance to see that. I literally just saw the video of this hairpiece flopping in the air, and then I saw some pictures of it in the crowd, and I was like, there's no way. This is like a joke where, somehow another guy took his off and they were taking photos of it. No. He literally ripped it off and threw it into the crowd, and the people that it landed by were like, oh, like,
do you want it back? Be like, that's $3,000, man. Give it to me. Hair pieces are not cheap. I think for the year, it costs like almost over $6,000 to have a hairpiece for the year, depending on where you go. But a good hairpiece is going to run you some dough. And when I was on television, I at least convinced the television station to pay me to put the hairpiece on. I could have never afforded something like that. I'd be like, will you pay for my hair? Yeah, hair care is okay. I'm getting a piece. And so they paid for it, which was nice. They also paid for my clothes. Then as the economy started going down the shitter, you're like, we're not going to pay for your clothes anymore. We're definitely not going to pay for your hair. And when they stopped paying for my hair, I said, okay, I'm out. I'm bald. Never forget that night. It was doing the 5 or 6 o'clock news. Come on, and there I am. I'm all bald.
How about this? Miller still ended up winning the fight.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Berger wrote in, did he win the fight? Yes, he did. Won a split decision.
Which surprises me because he took some shots there when they knocked his hairpiece off. I mean, he was taking some punches to the face.
Dude, the number of people that posted pictures holding the hairpiece. It ended up in the hands of WBC president Mauricio Suleiman. After multiple social media posts of fans were basically what's passed around. He's having fun with it. He posted some social media stuff afterwards, kind of making fun of it. Here's what he said. He said, I get to my mama's house and she had some shampoo bottles under her table and I shampooed. That shit was like ammonia and bleach.
Yeah, it's called Nair. You put Nair in your hair.
I only lost my hair like 2 days ago. So I called my manager and he was like, let's slap some shit on real quick. And then he says, Ivy knocked that shit off. But like I said before, it's funny, man. I'm a comedian. What a great response to it.
Yeah, you embrace it, right? You're not embarrassed by it. You're like, yeah, so what? Did you watch the Grammys last night? Okay, that's the response I wanted, and thank you for that response, which was no response, but a look of, are you kidding me? Did I watch the Grammys?
The answer to that is hell no.
A lot of people were wondering, was it the Emmys or no, it was the Golden Globes, where they actually gave out a Golden Globe for like the best podcast, right? And Joe Rogan was not even one of the finalists. And I know a lot of people are like, how is Joe Rogan's, which is the #1 podcast in the world, not part of this? And he went on, I don't know if he's with Bert Kreischer or not. It was with somebody he was with, explained the whole process. And it reminded me, remember the year we got second in the Marconi Award at the old place for Station of the Year? I'm glad Joe Rogan did this. He kind of pulled the wool over, or uncovered the seedy little part of this. You got to pay to be a nominee. Like when we were talking about the Marconi, I think we had to go raise money. Ross, didn't AD had to go find like the cash to?
Dude, you don't know this story?
I know parts of it, but
we should have AD on to talk. But AD paid for that out of his pocket.
No,
swear to God,
no, I did not know that.
I shouldn't say that. I'm like 90% sure that was how that played out. what the help that AD got in that was really from Van Harden. And again, pull the curtain back here a little bit. AD's talked about this stuff, so I'm not. This isn't. I don't think any of this stuff is things where he's going to be like, "Hey, man, you shouldn't have shared that." Van Harden had won several Marconis for WHO. Okay, now that was in what's in medium market, so it would be kind of like playing Division II, right? AD went D1. He went and played against the big boys. But he used Van Harden's template because there's a rule. There are rules to the game, like Joe Rogan was talking about. You got to apply, you got to pay, and then you have to submit all of this stuff that shows in 2 minutes why for a year your radio station was so great. Okay, and this was 2020. We'd all been fired and rehired, and then stayed through COVID, where every week we thought we were going to get fired.
And dominated the ratings at the same time.
Killed it and made money for everybody during that horrible time.
Except us.
And AD used the Van Harden template of like, hey, what words do we use? There's a method. You play to the judges. And Van Harden knew how to play to the judges. So Van helped AD kind of cultivate that list of how, in 2 minutes, how do you summarize a year to tell the story of how great of a radio station you were. And I'm like 90% sure AD paid that for us to get to that point.
If I remember correctly, iHeart was a little bit embarrassed that they fired us all, brought us back, and didn't want to tell that story.
Yeah, they didn't care. But right
now, people are going to say, "Well, Joe Rogan can afford the $500." It's the principle of the thing. It's not. It's the principle. Why do you? If you have the number one podcast, if you have the number one show, if you have the best movie, because if you look at the Oscars, you look at all this stuff, they all had to pay to be in there. What does everything come back to? It all comes back to money.
And then you ask, well, then why did AD pay for his? Out of spite.
Yeah.
Out of spite. He was like, hey, what we did here was amazing, and I want the world to know about it.
No, we didn't end up winning. We ended up, I think, finishing second, but it was nice.
Yeah,
it was
really
nice.
Cool. Really cool.
But you're right. 80, I think it was like 250, or it might have been $500, but it was still like, dude, again, you're not going to reimburse him for it?
Because of a fantastic friend group. I did have 2 photos sent to me last night from the Grammys. Grammys last night? Emmys.
Grammys were last night, yes.
One of them was Heidi Klum. Remember Seal's ex? She was married to Seal.
Yeah.
Seal? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
And she was wearing like this plastic. Have you seen her outfit that she was wearing last night?
I saw one with somebody had like nipple clamps on.
We'll get to her. That was a lady that's a singer by the name of Chapel Roan, I think is her name. Not anyway. Heidi Klum, former supermodel, is still super. She's a beautiful, beautiful lady. She's wearing this like skin-toned plastic suit that is form-fitting and even is articulated. Is that the right word for it? You see plastic nipples.
Okay.
So it looks like she's just totally naked, but it's like a plastic bodysuit. All right. The other lady that you mentioned there, that Chapel Roan, she was not wearing a dress. In fact, she was wearing the opposite of a dress. There was no clothing until below her boobs. No, not a stitch of clothing above like the bottom of her ribs. Okay. And then the top of that fabric was just attached to her nipples through some clamps. So she's totally naked from here all the way to boob, where she has nipple clamps holding up a garment that basically goes around her, just above her hips, and then flows down like a dress from that point down. Whatever. She got what she wanted. She got exact. I mean, what do you want with that? Shock. Oh, people.
No, you want people to know who you are. You're like, hey, nobody knows who I am. How do I do this? Well, I show up basically topless, cover my nipples up, and then have nipple clamps holding my garment up. I haven't watched an award show in years. I don't get them.
So that's the only thing I know from last night is Heidi Klum is still smoking hot and Chapelroni for me.
Probably never will be for you.
No. And Mike's right. People knew who she was, but you absolutely do that for effect.
I didn't know who she was. I saw her this morning. I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay.
But I don't.
Yeah, you don't have a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah, I don't have a 9-year-old girl. I don't listen to a lot of modern music. My music is basically country, Americana, and 70s and 80s rock. I haven't gone outside my generational bubble in a long, long time. But yeah, so I mean, award shows have turned into to fashion shows and political outcries, which I don't want to watch that. I just want to be happy, enjoy my life in my little bubble, and I find solace.
Listen, I came upstairs and watched the Hawkeye game last night, and Audrey stayed downstairs and watched the Grammys.
Did you get to watch any of Caitlin Clark doing her special guest appearance on NBC in the NBA game yesterday?
No, she was on the NBA broadcast.
Yeah, she was on the NBA broadcast, and I think it was with NBC. I didn't get it. I saw highlights and clips of it. I didn't watch her entire performance, but from what I saw, I mean, she's so polished. Caitlin Clark really is. She's had great coaching, not just on the basketball court, but from a media standpoint. She's never screwed up. And if it has been, it's been very, very minor to where you're just reaching for straws at that point.
People could not like some of her political retweets or something like that. Or she does a very good job, Trav. You're right. She always has. She's been very polished. She gets the media. She kind of understands her role. She's got a good sense of humor. No, I didn't see it. I would, and I see some of the guys that did giving her compliments there. So that'd be something to go check out.
Yeah, no, not so, but really, I mean, it can be intimidating though, right? If you're not a professional broadcaster, just taking that microphone and giving commentary, it looks easy, but the great ones make it look easy. You'll watch a game and go, oh, this broadcast team isn't very good. Or they're like, yeah, it's not Al Michaels, it's not Troy Aikman, not Joe Buck, but she was given Reggie, because Reggie's like, well, I'm the third best shooter to come out of Indiana now. We got Caitlin Clark, Tyrese Halliburton, and me. And so Reggie was having some fun with her, but yeah, she got to do some TV. I think she's slated to do one more guest appearance for NBC. And why is NBC doing that, Ross? They're doing it because Caitlin Clark brings viewers. Right? I mean, they go,
absolutely. She gets.
Let's capitalize on this.
Gets the clicks.
Now the big question is: will we be watching Caitlin Clark when the WNBA season starts, or is scheduled to start in May? Because the WNBA owners and the WNBA Players Association is going to meet today for the first time since October. These two groups have not been in a room since October to talk about the agreement. What they did is they extended the deadline not once but twice of a potential lockout or a potential strike, but they haven't gotten in the room to talk. They've let lawyers talk, they've let contracts talk, they've let proposals talk, and the Players Association somewhat offended that the owners didn't respond to the latest proposal. This is all negotiating tactics now.
Yep. And
the owners have said, you didn't give us anything to respond to. The last time we talked, it didn't change that much, so we have nothing to respond to, which is, if you want to talk, come to us. Now, it was nice to hear Breanna Stewart, who's with the New York Liberty, say, hey, it's going to be nice to have the grown-ups in the room and get rid of the middlemen, get rid of the lawyers, get rid of the language. Hold on to that, because I believe Polk County Paula is getting ready to show up. We're going back live to El Bait Shop and High Life Lounge. Bruno's our man on the scene.
Not quite yet, but everyone's assembling outside. She is going to be arriving soon.
Bruno, I'm not sure if you can hear us, but the last time you were live with us, a lot of our comments were like, wait a minute, don't all these people have jobs?
There's Mindy.
No,
I know.
Hey, Mindy.
Can you hear?
Yes, we heard her.
2 minutes to Paula.
Okay.
2 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, so we're
I'm trying to tell everybody that most of these people take the day off. This has become an annual thing. People have been doing this for a long time. I mean,
I will.
Yes,
Just 1 second.
Yes, these people have jobs. They literally take the day off to go do this.
But the parking meters don't start till 9.
Parking meters don't start till 9.
So I mean, you could show up. You could get all day to sober up. So I'm gonna give it a shout out for everyone. Okay, I got to do 2 things at once. So here we go. I'm gonna give a shout out. I'm just gonna turn you away. Should I turn to the crowd, or should I turn to me? No, I'll turn to the crowd.
There you go.
I'm gonna be turning to the crowd while I give everyone a holler. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Welcome, everyone. How are you? The 22nd grand opening of the High Life Lounge. A very special day always, but even more special this year. You thought 21st was a big deal. Well, this year we've got Yuengling, right? Finally, after 197 years of asking, it's in our state. At least it seems that long, and it has been that long since they opened. We've got Cheryl here, one of the 6th generation owners of Yuengling, and we're waiting for Paula to arrive. That's coming very soon. So thank you everyone for coming out. I got asked on the radio here, don't you people have jobs? I did. In fairness, I did talk to a few retirees. So here we come. Can you all see that?
Oh, here it comes. Oh, look at the truck. So
yeah.
You see this big truck. Because if you're listening on the audio stream, we got to paint a picture for you. And the Yuengling truck is coming down the street.
Is that a beer truck bringing Paula in? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's 2 of them.
2 beer trucks are bringing Paula in.
We've got the freshly painted Yuengling, America's oldest brewery in America truck, and then followed right behind Flight, a light version, 95 calories for you though that are watching your figure. All right. Oh, there's Paula right there. She's riding shotgun.
There's Chris Meharry.
Des Moines photographer. Should I just keep doing it this way?
Yeah, absolutely. This is beautiful.
This is great. This is great, Bruno.
Right. This is better than having Ross here.
It actually is, because I'd be inside.
There she is. Oh, the crowd's so loud, we set off a car alarm.
Did she see her shadow, or when do we find this out?
Okay.
That's coming.
Paula, make her way up. Yep. The crowd reacted so loud it set off an alarm.
All the people living in those apartments like, what the hell's going on?
Paula just held a case of Yuengling above her head. The crowd reacts.
Paula's dancing.
I'm telling you, it's a party down there, man. Look at this. You wonder why people take the day off to go be a part of this. And then you see it and you go, oh, yeah, this is why. This is fun.
Well, I'll tell you, there's still another 100 people inside, I think.
Yeah, because is the free beer still flowing?
For now, we actually had to have a second delivery.
Are you serious?
Bruno, this is actually better than me being down there, because I'd be inside the bar right now. We wouldn't be able to see any of this. You'd have to come back in and tell us about it. It really does look, this is cool.
All right, if you can see her, she's making her way through.
And every year, Trav, it's a different, Paula is a different person every year.
Well, has been.
Has been. Okay,
she's here.
Okay.
Paula's here to represent her late husband, Paul.
Okay. Who died of cirrhosis of the liver, if I remember right.
Paul died of cirrhosis of the liver a few years back. We all miss him. But Paula's got something to say. She's gonna tell us about her cousins from Pottsville. Is that right? No, not from Gobbler's Knob, from Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney. I wouldn't.
She's got a cousin at the brewery is from Punxsutawney. Here she is.
Here she comes.
Is. Oh, love it. All right, Paula. She's whispering her prediction. All right, y'all ready to hear it?
Here we go.
I'm going to give you over to Cheryl from England.
Ready? So, we're going to have an early spring. And yellow beer all year round. Yeah. Drink up for them.
That's a celebration.
Well, there
She
you
did not
go.
see her shadow.
One
We
more
got
year
an
in the
early
box.
spring
Thank
coming.
you, everyone, for coming out. My advice to you is to drink Yingling and drink it often.
Wow. So she did not see her shadow. We got an early spring, and it's already kicked in. You're not even wearing a winter coat today, Bruno. So
beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful.
Live from the Bay Chop High Life. It's Cub reporter Bruno.
Love it. Perfect.
Saying
Thank
goodbye.
you so much, buddy.
see you, buddy. See you, Paula.
Bye, Paula.
Give a shout out on the megaphone. Tell them to listen to rushradio.com. All right. See you, Bruno.
All right. Make sure you listen to us on the rushradio.com. Thanks for coming out, y'all.
Yay. Hear the
Yeah.
crowd. Yay.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Live reporting. Bruno's not a bad live reporter. I can make the argument he's a better live reporter than he is just coming out and
I've
talking.
always said that. As long as he's not, he's way better just chatting with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
So,
perfect. That was fun. That looked good. That was fun.
If you didn't hear, Polk County, Paula did not see her shadow. It is an early spring, which is good news after the weather we've had lately. So, yeah, it's good to hear that. Make sure to remember that here in Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Corn benefits the entire state. It feeds our livestock, nourishes our family, and provides homegrown, clean-burning, unleaded 88 for our vehicles. Pump it up with unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org for more. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
New year, new ride, and there's never been a better time to upgrade. It's the 2025 sell down at Willis Chevrolet of Granger with the largest discounts in the area on remaining 2025 model year Chevy. Get into a Chevy Silverado with just 1.9 APR and up to $7,349 in total savings when you trade an eligible vehicle. Drive home a Chevy Trailblazer with 3.9% financing and 90 days with no payments. At Willis Chevrolet of Granger, you'll find family-owned values, friendly faces, and big savings you can feel good about.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. It may be chilly now, but before you know it, spring will be here. We are now booking for spring, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner at Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. Whoop. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Happy New Year from myself and everyone else over here at Willis Volvo. My New Year's resolution this year is to take better care of my car, and that starts with an oil change. You can come on down for $25 off your service. Visit us online at willisvolvocars.com or give us a call to get scheduled.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. We saw people drinking Yuengling earlier because it was free at the High Life Lounge in El Bait Shop, and it's in Iowa for the first time ever. What's always in Iowa? Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, serving you Coca-Cola, Sprite, Dasani water, Body Armor, Monster energy drinks. Your favorite drinks all day long, all year long, come from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Pick one up at your convenience store or grocery store today. 515-517-2303. I don't know who this is, but we'll find out who it is. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Who's this?
This is Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Ray Q. What's up, Ray?
Got a trivia question about the movie Groundhog Day. You guys might know this. The actor who played Ned Ryerson, he was offered a role in a sitcom. He accepted it. 1 week before filming started, he bowed out. What role was he offered?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Okay. So it's obviously it's one that we're all going to know from that time frame. Travis, would that have been, are we maybe talking about like Kramer from Seinfeld?
Nope.
Okay. Am I in the right era?
Yep.
Oh boy, Trav, let's see. What would be kind of, because he was typecast as kind of a goofball character, so I don't imagine it's like a leading role. Ned Ryerson would have
Groundhog Day came out in 1993.
93. That wouldn't have been one of the Friends roles. Were too
No,
early
he would have been
for
too old
that.
for that.
Yeah, and he would have been too old for that. What is it, Ray?
He was offered the role of Al on Home Improvement.
Oh, yeah, Al was the sidekick.
Yep. They offered it to him. He accepted, and he bowed out 1 week before filming started.
I can absolutely see that, though. He would have had that. I can see him in that role, Ray. That's a good one. That's a cool one. What was the neighbor's name, Ray?
Oh, you might get a kick out of that.
I forget what the neighbor's name was. Richard Karn ended up playing Al, which you look back now and you're like, it's hard to imagine anybody else playing Al, right?
Yeah. He ended up doing like Family Feud and becoming like a game show host kind of after that. Wilson was the neighbor who always had the great advice, and all you ever saw Wilson was just his eyes over the top of the fence. That was a fun show.
Good stuff, Ray. Thanks for the contribution to the show this morning. We appreciate it.
You bet.
You mentioned Wilson. Now, when I hear when you hear Wilson, what do you think?
The volleyball in
Wilson Castaway.
Castaway. Thank you. Yeah.
This made me feel really old because I am old. So Netflix right now has like the Oscar category going through its feed right now. Castaway is in the movies to watch from the Oscar category. It came out in the year 2000, Ross. Castaway came out in 2000. Now, yesterday, before I saw that, I would have said, 2010, 2012. Time goes by so fast.
2000? Like
2000.
Like right after 1999?
Yes. Was Castaway.
What? What? That was pre 9/11?
Yes. It's hard to believe.
I had to Google it to double. Holy cow. That is the first movie I remember. And that's why 2000 seems so shocking. But man, I remember. And Mike says, no, the other 2000, Ross, you dumbass. I remember that movie because Travis, there's like a 30-minute stretch in that movie where there's the only sound you hear is the
waves.
Ocean. Yeah. And I can remember like kind of snapping into consciousness in the movie theater and looking around, and everybody, the movie theater was packed. Everybody was engrossed. Like not a word has been said. Every single face is glued to that. Was a really good movie, man.
It's one of my favorites. It was like a one-act play for the most part. I mean, or not even a one-act. It was just a one-man performance.
And now he's on the Epstein list. Like, damn it.
Is he?
Everybody is, dude. What do you mean, is he? Everybody is. But don't worry. Nobody's going to, there won't be any punishments. Nobody's going to. We had an international, we all know there was an international pedophile ring for billionaires to blackmail the most powerful people in the world. And nobody's ever going to be punished for it.
Justin just sent a text. He won't be joining us today because he lost his voice over the weekend. But he was 2 months old when that movie came out. Justin was 2 months old when that movie came out.
I wish sometimes that he would just not. You know what I mean? I wonder a lot of times, why is he the way he is, Justin? I was really Justin, by the way, is not going to join. Did you say this? He can't join us today because he's lost his voice.
Yeah.
Okay. He also sent a text in earlier because he did have some corrections for us today. Finally, the kid gets to do his job and he can't show up. Right. He said a couple things. Number one, he says in the conversation of Big Ten Coach of the Year, there's one name you can rule out, and that is Nico Medved. 7 straight losses now for Minnesota. He also says, do you have a correction? Don't think you can say nobody knows who Chapel Roan is. She's credited with bringing the largest daytime audience in Lollapalooza history. Over 115,000 people. Never been to a Lollapalooza?
I've never been to Lollapalooza.
It was at the fairgrounds one time. I might have been at the fairgrounds a couple times, but I remember one year I saw some amazing bands. Metallica headlined it that year. I saw Waylon Jennings. I saw Rancid. Saw the Ramones. Soundgarden. Two Skinny Jays.
That's big.
It was an awesome day. One of the
do they still do Lollapalooza? I know there was like one in Chicago.
If Chapel Roan's bringing in 115,000, then yeah.
Is she bringing in 115,000, or people just going to Lollapalooza and she happened to be playing? There's a difference.
I think if you're the headlining act, you maybe get the credit for it. I don't know. Here's the headliners for South America and Berlin Lollapaloozas coming up. Sabrina Carpenter, Tyler the Creator, Chapel Roan, Lord, Deftones, Skrillex, Turnstile. Yeah. Back in my day. Cypress Hill, a part of a group called the Viagra Boys. That seems like a show I could miss. I mean, don't judge a book by its cover, but
not a show I would pay for. But I don't pay for a lot of things. Not because I want to get in free. It's because I just don't want to throw down the money.
Lollapalooza is still going on. Is Lilith Fair?
It's a good question, is it?
No, it was 97 to 99, and it had a 2010 revival, but that was it.
I think Farm Aid is still going on, isn't it?
Let's find out.
Farm Aid.
Oh, Farm Aid 2026 lineup. Here we go. Farm Aid 2026 lineup hasn't been announced yet, but expect the core members, Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, Dave Matthews, Margot Price, to all headline, with other artists like Billy Strings, Nathaniel Ratliff, or Kenny Chesney.
That's a pretty good lineup. I know that lineup more than I know Lollapalooza.
Way more. This is a cultural test. This is a Rorschach moment right here. Okay. You have two options you can go to. One includes Billy Strings and Nathaniel Ratliff. The other one is the Viagra Boys.
Going to Billy Strings and
you passed. You passed. Yeah. We can be friends.
Son of a bitch.
He's fun. Yeah. Both those guys are fun.
Billy Strings can play the strings.
I wish Justin could have joined us today, because Justin, I hope you're still listening, buddy. I did. Oh my gosh.
What?
As I'm getting ready to tell you the story, it's all coming together. Justin just surprisingly last night is like, oh, hey guys, sorry, I lost my voice. Did you get a phone call from Justin that said, hey guys,
no, he never proved it.
Neither did I. We got a text that said Justin couldn't be here today, right? Keep that in mind as I read you this story from KIRO7.com.
That's
live,
in Seattle.
Live, local, in-depth in Seattle. The Seattle Police Department, the SPD, says thieves stole over $50,000 worth of Seahawks jerseys from the Pro Image Sports Shop next to Lumen Field Sunday morning. Surveillance video shows 3 masked thieves. Justin has a brother and a friend.
And a dad.
Oh, it's the Miller heist.
And what does Justin need right now?
Money. And Seahawks stuff. He always needs Seahawks stuff. Surveillance video shows 3 masked thieves pulling jerseys off the wall after breaking the front door of the store at around 4 a.m. Now, along with the $50,000 worth of Seahawks jerseys, the Pro Image Sports reported the suspects caused around $2,500 in damages during the burglary. And then all of a sudden, Justin's not here. 2 + 2?
I think so. Found a new way to supplement his income. Steal jerseys. Look for him on Facebook Marketplace coming up a little bit later on, folks.
What do you do with $50,000 worth of jerseys? And how many jerseys is that?
Now, doesn't an authentic jersey sell for like $500?
I mean, are you getting authentic jerseys at Pro Image?
Well, if it's right next to the stadium, maybe.
Okay, I'm genuinely asking. I don't mean to say that with a condescending tone, because I don't know Pro. I don't is.
Hey, I want you to say it with a condescending tone.
I've been into Pro Image. That's a fun place to go. Like when you're looking for sports memorabilia for a gift for a client or something. Like it's an easy. They've got every sports team in there, but I guess right next to Lumen Field, they have a picture, Trav, of on that story. They have a picture of the inside of it, and I'll be honest, it's several different racks that are gone, but $50,000 worth of jerseys? 3 people? How many?
That's a grab and go, man.
You're walking out of there like
you're walking out of Goodwill. Look at the haul I got in today. 515-517-2303. Justin? Is this Justin?
Hey, this is Burger.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, just wanted to pass on, based on you guys' 2025 top 10 report, I'm going to the Dowling Johnston girls basketball game tonight.
That'd be a good game.
One other thing, Travis.
Okay.
If you have time.
Yeah.
I saw something yesterday that I don't think I've seen in 30, 40 years. I was watching the Illinois-Nebraska basketball game, and there were 9 white players on the court during long stretches of time. Has there been any kickback at Nebraska for not having any brothers on the team?
Not when you're
winning.
2 losses. Yeah, not when you're winning.
Interesting. Just I haven't seen big boy basketball with that many white guys on the court.
Isn't it funny? I mean, I'm not calling you racist because I don't think, but your mind automatically goes to that. I mean, I get what you're saying. How many times did we say that with Iowa? Right? You're like, can we? And you automatically think black guys play better basketball.
I had 1,000 conversations like that, like I'm sure a lot of us did over the years. The guys would come up to you and go, man, friend recruiting a lot of white kids. Like, well, can they play basketball? I think.
Yeah. I mean, Bryce Sanford's a pretty good, darn good. Sam Hoiberg's a pretty darn good basketball player. Rink Mast, pretty good, darn good basketball player. Bennett Stirtz, pretty darn good basketball player. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Yeah.
Johnny, are you serious? No, yes. It's human nature. It doesn't mean you're a bad person for saying it. It's just you're like, can you win? So, we were talking before Bruno went live with Polk County Apollo. We were talking about the WNBA. Again, the negotiations that take place. The big boys need to be in a room. If you're going to negotiate, don't do it through lawyers and contracts because that's where things get lost. But Ross, if I said this before we went on the air, it's a matter of who wants to look bad. If the owners lock out the players, owner bad guy. If the players strike, they're bad people, right? Meaning that it's where the sympathy goes.
Yeah.
Well,
right. Be a victim, Travis. Be the victim.
Yes.
Prove to everybody that you're the victim, and then you get the sympathy, and then you get to manipulate the players on the chessboard. Which one of those which side of that do you think that this ends up on, or do they get to an agreement eventually?
You hope they get to an agreement because if the WNBA season doesn't start on time, people aren't going to care. The majority of sports fans in this country aren't going to care. They're not going to notice. You start building momentum. That's great. Yes, your business model has changed. Are you entitled to more compensation? Yes, but you're still talking about a league that has not been financially viable since the beginning. You just don't get to go, hey, you're making tons of money now. Let's blow it all up and get it to us. You still have to run a business. And I think they're trying, and I'm not going to favor the owners and everything, but at the end of the day, if you own the team, you want to make sure that the deal's better for you than it is the players, right?
And it would seem to me that for the most part, the owners should have that interest in the game growing, and that means keeping your employees happy and keeping this bad news out of the press, and trying to maintain this momentum that you've built, this skyrocketing momentum that you were lucky enough to get a hold of for a little while. And Trav, when you said Caitlin Clark was on the NBA game, or the NBC doing the pregame thing this weekend, that, like, I have some questions. I'm not trying to be mean. This is not only when will the WNBA fire back up? I don't care about that. My question is, when will I see Caitlin Clark on the court again? The rest of it doesn't matter. That the thing that I care about is, when will Caitlin Clark be back on the court again? Let me know that date so I can set up the game watch party with Dad. We can get.
I think we live in a small bubble, right? And there may be other people who You know, when does Asia Wilson get back on the court? When does Brianna Stewart get back? I get that. But in our world, if I never watch another WNBA game again,
I'm comfortable in saying that there are a lot more people that are hanging on to the Caitlin Clark part of that. 10-1. And that's that. The proof is in the pudding in that. She is the straw that stirs the drink over and over and over and over and over. And so that's what I'm paying attention to. As soon as you mentioned her name, that my thought is, oh, when am I going to get to see her play again?
One game we did not get to is the Iowa women. They were beaten by UCLA last night, 88-65. Hawks had 19 turnovers in the game. They were out-rebounded 32-24 and out-rebounded in the paint 56-26. UCLA is huge.
UCLA is huge and really good. And yeah, reason they're the number 2 team in the country. And I do think, Trav, that perspective thing, because I watched a lot of that game and then go to flip over to the Hawkeye game at 7. And I'm not sure if you were in this same boat, but delayed a few minutes into that game because it was oh boy, I'm going to draw a blank. There was another Big Ten women's game that was happening there. I'm drawing a blank on who it was. Travis, it was awful. It was bad basketball, and you got to see Iowa's a really good basketball team. UCLA is in that elite level. So saw that separation yesterday.
There's level. I mean, UConn destroyed Tennessee yesterday. You had UCLA destroy Iowa, which was a top 10 matchup. Iowa's lost 2 in a row now, but there's levels in the women's game.
Tyler helped me there. It was the Illinois-Washington women that were on. And it was just, again, foul fest for the last minute and a half, bad ref show for a long time. And you're sitting there watching it going, ugh. After watching Iowa lose to UCLA. But again, and you throw those stats up, Travis, I really do think they sound worse than that game did look. Iowa got beat, but they weren't necessarily outclassed until later in the game. So
Polk County Paula did not see her shadow. It's an early spring. So get out and drink Yingling at High Life Lounge and El Bait Shop. We're back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Thanks for tuning in and listening and watching us today. Very much appreciated. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
New year, new lease on life, or on a new Nissan Kicks. Right now, we have a $299 per month lease on our 2026 Kicks SB. Also, take advantage of 0% financing on our 2026 Rogues and Muranos and our remaining 2025 Pathfinders. And we are thrilled to have the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra on our lot. This sporty compact sedan is ready to carry you through the new year in style. For more information, stop into our showroom or visit us online at willisnissan.com.
Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the champagne of bars.
The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.